keep waiting for the time to change. I think I'm gonna cut my hair. But before I do that, I want to talk about grad school because I am graduating. I'm graduating in like 6 months. Oh boy, that's crazy to me that like college is about to be over. Like I feel like I was literally on here telling you guys about starting college and now college is about to be over. Like what? And if you're wondering why I am graduating in 3 years, check out this video right up here. That is the video where I explain everything about why I'm graduating early and about me switching my major and everything. So yeah, so when I realized like I'm actually about to be graduating and going to grad school and getting my master's or PhD, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know anything about this. I've like talked to professionals and whatnot and gotten information, but as far as actually feeling like I know what to expect from like a real person that just went through it, I didn't have that. I don't know anybody that's in grad school right now. Well, I do, but it's in completely different like areas of study and definitely not very applicable to my area of study, which I'll get into a little bit later. But I turned to YouTube and the internet to see if I could find people who kind of were able to explain like firsthand their experience with grad school. I found nothing. Like on YouTube, all I found was like people in the UK talking about like sixth form and your A-levels and uni. Nothing that I could really apply to me being an American in college. So I was like, bro, there's like no one I can really relate to on here. So I'm about to be that for you. So if any of you guys are like searching on YouTube like grad school, master's degree, whatever, you can't find nothing, I'm about to be the first one that pops up on your screen because I right now don't know anything about grad school. I'm just kidding. Whoa. I do know some things about grad school. I do know quite a bit, and what I do know I'll share with you guys, but this is going to be like a learning journey because I don't know everything and I don't really know what to expect, and I haven't really thought much about it until like now. So the point of this video and the videos after this is that these are going to be videos talking about my journey, learning about grad school, learning about my options, learning about just the different things, the different paths I can take. And then once I actually get into grad school, God willing, my experience with grad school, the pros, the cons, everything that I kind of go through so that you'll be able to see if grad school is something that you'd like to pursue, all that good stuff. So that's going to be the point of these next few videos, with this one being the introduction. So to catch you guys up a little bit on, oh by the way, I got this from the thrift store, if any of y'all are wondering. It's a grandpa sweater and I love it. So to catch you guys up, I am third year senior undergrad. I'm a psychology major. I'm getting my Bachelor of Science, and I want to get some postgraduate education, either a master's or a PhD. Now, what I didn't know before and what I've learned in the past year or so is that not all postgrad is the same. Essentially, after you complete your 4 years of college, you can go and get your master's degree, which is usually an extra 2 or 3 years of education in a more specialized field of study. So for example, I'm majoring right now in undergrad as a psychology major, but then I can go into health psychology, industrial psychology, social psychology, addiction psychology, child psychology, old people psychology. Like there's a lot of different specializations that are within that one field, which helps to narrow down what you want to do for your career. Similarly, the PhD programs also do the same thing, but they're generally longer. They can be from like 4 to like 8 years. It really just depends. That is a little bit more research based usually. Usually you're working on some kind of practicum or project that you yourself are interested in. And at least I know for me in psychology, it deals with kind of choosing a phenomenon or something that you think is interesting, such as maybe self-esteem, for example, and just doing a lot of hardcore research on self-esteem, conducting surveys, conducting studies, because you yourself are interested in that, and that is your contribution to society. In a way, like, I'm sure PhD professors and things like that will give you a different view, but from my view and from what I know right now, as this video is about, it's just about what I know and how I understand it. That is basically what it is. The main differences between a master's and a PhD is basically how much time you're putting into it. Essentially, PhDs, I think, from what I understand, spend more time on their own study, whereas students in master's programs spend a little bit more time in class, working with other people, collaborating, and things like that. So yeah, also another difference is that master's programs, just like undergrad, you have to pay for school. But with many PhD programs, the school will actually fund your research, which is usually enough to cover the cost of attendance for that school. So a lot of times they'll give you basically the equivalent of a free ride, a full ride, and pay for your tuition while you do the research. Usually contingent on the idea of you like finishing the program and you getting your PhD in the end. Of course, the downside to that is that you have to commit to that 7 or 8 year program, or however long it may be. So that's really good if you know for sure the area that you want to go into, especially for a career. If you know for a fact that you want to be a health psychologist and you have this great program on health psychology, then that's something that you should probably look into for a PhD. Also, there are a lot of PhD programs that lets you pick up a master's on the way, which basically means that in the first 2 or 3 years of your PhD program, you will acquire a master's program or a master's degree and continue on to getting your PhD. Getting a job with a bachelor's degree is different than getting a job with a master's degree. So even though you graduated your first 4 years of undergraduate school and are working towards your PhD, you don't just have a bachelor's degree up until you get the PhD, and you're able to get that master's degree and work at usually at a higher level job while you're still acquiring your PhD. For me, you ask, well, so I strayed away from research a bit. I really wanted to do psychological research at first, but then when I actually did research for about a year, I did not love it. It's very tedious work. I'm not a big fan of data analysis and working with like software and things like that. It's just not for me. I know that's a lot of people's just bread and butter, but not for me. Basically, I didn't want to do research, and I wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted to do because I didn't want to do research anymore. So that scared me away from the PhD, because PhD again are centered around research, and also you kind of got to know what you want to do so that you can commit to it. So I looked a lot into master's programs after that, but in my search for master's programs and just assessing the different classes that I've taken, I did settle on, I made the decision to pursue a career in industrial and organizational psychology, which is basically just applying psychological theories to the workplace and figuring out how people interact with their coworkers and why people think work sucks, and creating a nice healthy environment with healthy relationships and things like that in the workplace. So that is what I'm interested in. That's what I would love to do. I'd love to work in a company and just be that person that's like, you know, help making everybody feel good. Like, you guys know that's already me. Like, what? Okay, what? I'd love to do a master's program in that. I'd love to do a PhD program on that. All right, so my camera actually died just now, so I don't even know or remember what I was talking about. Yeah, so I've been doing research. I've been researching some schools in the area because I still think I want to stay in the area. Plus, ain't nobody got money to be moving away. So I think for now that's all I have. Again, as I find out more information and as I learn new things, I'll be sharing it with you guys, because this whole graduate school application process is really just a process. It is just that. It is a lot. It's not like undergrad, which is kind of what I assumed it would be. I assumed it'd be, you know, sitting in lectures and, you know, doing stupid lab assignments and things like that. But it's like not. There's like 4 or 5 people sometimes to a class. You're pretty much by yourself. You're pretty much independent the whole time. You're not there to be social. You're not there to make friends. It's just like you're on your grind. Because this is like these are real adults and I'm about to be a real adult just like them, and yeah, it's just a lot. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and any other videos that may come after this pertaining to graduate school. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another video. Thanks guys, bye!